Hi, good morning, afternoon, everybody. Still a little bit under the weather. I'm here in Kesher, Israel. There's the Kesher, Israel, downstairs. 6 in the morning, no one's here. Got the place myself. Here in Georgetown, Washington. Did not make it back to Eretz Yisrael. So here, hanging out in D.C. and Shabbos in Fairfax, Virginia, where last time I spent Shabbos was 17, 18 years ago. I think they forgot about me, so they're letting me back into Chabad. So now that they recognize me, which is good, works out okay. So very interesting. The rabbi here spoke after davening every morning about this journey from Pesach to Shavuos, and I don't think we spend enough time. We talk about it, and those Hasidic people who say, "Oh, the Sfiros to the end of Sfira, Chesed, Gevura, Tiferes, Kedusha, Hod, Netzach, Yisod, Malchus, the whole thing." And Chesed, they go through the spheres, and some people say it, end of the Sfard. Some people say it in our shul, in Ramat Shiloh. We don't say it at the end. We just go right to Elenu, which is fine. Maybe because we don't understand what it means. Maybe it's better not to say it. Some people, Nissel Sfard people and the Chassidish people, they say it, and they say what each day is. Some people have idea what it is. Some people don't. Either way, this is progression. Which is critical. We're not just counting days. The last thing, there's 7 weeks. The last thing is just counting to the Torah. I mean, the last thing was we're counting to it. That's really the last point. There's so many other things where this progression, this journey from Pesach to Shavuos, this level that we're Pesach, then we're down after Pesach, and we have to go back up to get the Torah. We have to work on it. And Sivir Shalom talks a lot about we work on ourselves, work on our relationship with people, with Hashem. And the parshas have this kesher as well. The parshas have this kesher. We go from shmini, which is, food related, staying away from food. Then we go to Tzir Mitzorah, which is nega, negaim, which is another level of Chavera, Lashon Hara. And then it goes to next parshas as being Yom Kippur, and Arayas, not with certain relationships are good, some are bad, and really progression of Kedusha and Tahara that go up to getting the Torah. And Sivir Shalom says you can't get the Torah inside you unless you work on yourself, unless you retire yourself. You're not going to be Kodesh. You have to work on yourself. You can learn Torah and eat cheesecake Shavuos night, but the next day, okay, nothing stays in you. You gotta work on yourself, have it stay in you, and that's really what we're trying to do. Is not just get the Torah once and learn it and forget about it, but to really have an imprint, a reshima, have an imprint that after Shavuos, the Torah, when we learn during the year, it stays in us. We remember it, it changes us. So that's what we're trying to do. And this week of Gevura is very interesting. The second week, first week is Chesed, which, Pesach. So it's easy to kind of think about Chesed and giving and tzedakah, moschitim, and and inviting people. And then there's Gevura. We start the sphere, really, of Gevura. We can't shave. Music, all these things sphere starts to hit. Our hair starts to look a little bit shaggy. But punked in the middle of this, the week of Gevura, we have Yom hashoah. We have Shmini. And last night I was actually Zocha, to be honest. The Gevura Lipstadt, who's the former ambassador to anti-Semitism under the Biden administration, who I've met her or I had a Shabbos meal with her in Atlanta. She's head of biblical studies or something, Jewish studies, and an author, several books in Atlanta. So I think I had a Shabbos meal at our good friend Michael Broyd. And so I think I've spoken to her before, maybe, or met her before. And she spoke. The speaker, a survivor, wasn't well enough to speak in the shul last night. So at Kesher Israel, they had Devar Lipstadt spoke for an hour about anti-Semitism, really, about being strong and a way that we strengthen ourselves, a way to strengthen not just ourselves, but ourselves, the Jewish people. And the rabbi mentioned that, once at a Shabbos meal or another meal, someone said something bad about another type of Jew. I don't know what it was. And this woman just went ballistic. And she says the worst thing, especially now with all this anti-Semitism, is to really not be friends with ourselves, not be close with ourselves. And it struck home that this Gevura that this woman has who stands in the face of Holocaust deniers and who wrote books, and there's a movie about her. Um, it really this Indian of Gevura that not just she had, but she exemplified all the Kedoshim that died. We call them Kedoshim that died, that were killed in the Shoah. And next week we're going to have Yom Zikaron, we're going to have Yom Ha'atzmaut. So we have these two areas that are right in the middle of sphere. We have Yom HaShoah, probably the lowest and most terrible thing to happen in thousands of years of our people, to the start and the establishment of Eretz Yisrael, Medina Yisrael. So these two pieces are really inside of Sphira. So this level, this Indian of Gevura, and seeing horrible things and terrible things, but we also see the goals. We see the Geula. We see the redemption, just like we're going to see in a few weeks from now. We're going to have the Torah, and that's the ultimate. And just like then, leave Mitzrayim, they went from horrible level to Geula, and then they started the 7 weeks to get to the ultimate. This is kind of our journey here. Our journey is to have this Gevura. Our journey is to not just be strong, but understand with resilience that we have a purpose, and we're here for the right things. We're here for the truth, and we're here for the ultimate Geula. And what's interesting is, as I was kind of flying in here, there's an interesting Dvar Torah that actually ties also with Shmini, with Gevura. We see Aharon. Vayidom Aharon. His two sons died, opening day of the Mishkan. Opening day, everything's great. Shekhinah comes down. Hashem forgives the people. Everything's great in the world. Aleph, Nisan, 10 great Kessers that came down. One of the best days. One of the best days. Underrated days, maybe. Rosh Chodesh Nisan. It's a huge day. And none of you bring the Ketores, and they're dead. Vayidom Aharon. And the word is a strange word. But Shasak is quiet. Could have said nothing. Vayidom. And Rabbi Meir Chil Mishkrova, from late 1900s, has an interesting take on this, because there's four types of things in the world. You have a medaber, you have a chai, you have tzomech, and you have an even. You have domem, nothing. So when you're faced with trouble, faced with pressure, medaber can run, can yell, can fight back, has the ability to kind of respond that way. A chai, the animal, can't speak, but it could run away. You start to chep a dog, it could fight back, or it could run away. It runs away, I guess. It's very fast. Then you have tzomech. Tzomech really can't do much. Tzomech, it gets cut, it moves. You chop down a tree falls down. You cut the grass, that kind of thing. So tzomech has a response. Something happens to the tzomech. But as Paul Simon says, like a rock feels no pain. A rock feels no pain. But Yidom Aharon, he was like a domem. He was like a rock, because 5 minutes before Nadav and Avihu die, he was Aharon, and 5 minutes after, he was Aharon. You couldn't really tell the difference. Why? He knew there's a reason, there's a purpose. Whether there was a takana, whether there's something decreed, Nadav and Avihu was supposed to die as a result of the egel, of Aaron's sin, perhaps, or they were drunk, they didn't have children. There's 4 different responses, 4 different answers why they died. We don't get into that now. But Vayidom Aharon, and that's kind of how we were supposed to really accept kind of these troubling times. It's a little uncomfortable, to be honest, walking around here in D.C. Not too many yarmulkes here. Shul, actually, Bein Hazmanim, you see some yeshiva kids in the shul. But at the World Bank, no yarmulkes this week. So you're a little bit out of place, a little bit uncomfortable. But Vayidom Aharon, we have to be strong. We can't shirk away. But we have to know, it's not just being strong, but we know there's a purpose. There's a purpose to why we're here. And we have to go through these difficult times, as we've done, to see the ultimate Geula. And hopefully, we have the ultimate Geula, hopefully before Shavuos. If not, then Shavuos will be the ultimate giving the Torah. But hopefully we see the ultimate Geula B'mehera. Shabbat Shalom.